just to the west of Stornoway on the Isle of Lewis, and we're just at the edge of the Lewis peatlands, which is this vast area of peatlands mainly dominated by blanket bog habitat. This landscape is really important for the birds that have been breeding here. Things like red-throated diver, waders, greenshank, dunlin, golden plover. But in the last few years, since 2015, hen harriers have started nesting here, which is incredible. And this is a species that's declining across the rest of the UK and has been declining for some time. But here we've got this completely new population establishing. I've been living here and working here for 20 years, and then suddenly this new population of breeding hen harriers appears on my doorstep. It's just really exciting. And you know, seeing hen harriers in the landscape, it's the best description I can think of, which is one that someone else described to me, is it's like the enlightening element of a day on the moor. Hen harriers are so showy, and when you see that sort of switchback display and that sort of courtship behaviour, when you see a food pass, where the male, delivers prey to the female in midair, they're just such an exciting bird to see. Small wind farm that we've got to the north, 6 turbines to the north. In 2018, a dead golden eagle was found underneath one of those turbines, clearly chopped up by the turbine basically. These are large 5 megawatt wind turbines, almost 200 metres in height, and obviously that presents a significant risk to birds from potentially disturbance, displacement and collision risk. This proposal includes a number of turbines really close to the breeding sites of hen harrier and red-throated diver in particular, but it's also predicted to kill a number of golden eagles, white-tailed eagles, red-throated diver and hen harrier through collision risks as well, so through colliding with turbines. And we want the turbines that are currently proposed close to the nest sites of hen harriers and red-throated divers taken out of the scheme, so they're not built. And that would reduce the disturbance risk, the displacement risk, and also the collision risk, because obviously the collision risk is most likely to be highest around the nest sites of these species. In the decisions that we make, we need to appreciate that there is a twin crisis here of the impacts of climate change and the impacts of biodiversity loss. Now those are obviously interlinked because climate change is going to impact on biodiversity, but we need to make sure that in our efforts to combat climate change we aren't destroying valuable habitats and impacting further on biodiversity. Biodiversity is already suffering and being threatened by climate change. As we mitigate for climate change and try to reverse our impacts on climate change, we need to ensure that we don't further impact on biodiversity.